Hello, hello, guys. We are back for another project. I hope you've been enjoying week 1 of Halloween projects. Today is day 6, and I am super excited to show you how to make this Hippo Halloween Treat Box. And yes, pun intended. It has some cute little white stars, and it says Eat Sweets. The bow that I used is Timid Tiger, and it is from the Timid Tiger collection, the new in colors. So you should be able to get this on sale this month, 15% off. So grab that ribbon. It is so pretty, and it ties really pretty bows. Look how beautifully they get held open. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you how to make this cute box. See how cute it is? Adorbs. All right, so we're going to start with a piece of basic black cardstock. You can get 2 of these boxes from 1 piece of 8.5 by 11 because it is 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to score the long side first at 1/2 inch, at 3.5 inches, at 4.5 inches, and at 7.5 inches. All right, ta-da! Now you're going to turn it clockwise, okay, and put the 5.5 inch at the top. You're going to score at 1 inch, at 3 3/4 of an inch, and 4 3/4 of an inch. And whoops, don't do that. Don't run the track. I wasn't looking. All right, it's okay. I will fix it. It's going to be covered with paper. No one will know. Okay, so what I do to fix when I jump the track is I just push from the other side over the top of the little raised score line and just kind of push it back. And then I also run it back over the other side. But it's going to be covered, so no worries. It's going to have cardstock on it, and these tabs are going to be inside, so no one will notice, I promise. Okay, so we're going to start cutting. This little 1/2 inch tab is what's going to put the box together. So we're going to start there, and we're going to angle cut on both sides of that long, skinny 1/2 inch. And what's on the top and the bottom of it, we don't need, okay? So we're going to flip this over so I can see the score lines better, and we are going to get rid of that. And we're going to get rid of these 2 at the top here, okay? So now we just have a tab on this side. Oh, I forgot to burnish. Let's burnish. Guys, you probably were screaming at me, burnish. It helps if you burnish because then your score lines, you can see them even better. And you get a nice crisp box. I got so excited about jumping the track that I forgot to burnish. All right, so now we're good. Okay, we have that part cut. We're going to work our way down the bottom. These are the tabs for the box, so we are going to angle cut them. So you have to trim this and then the sides, like so. I can see better from this side, so I'm just going to keep flipping it over. It just works out better that way. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing here. So we're going to angle cut here and angle cut here. And those are the bottom, that's the bottom of our box. So for the top of the box, okay, the side that has the little 1/2 inch, we cut those 2 off the top. We're going to leave these 2 intact. We're going to get rid of this small one above the tab and this small one above the tab. And we want to angle cut these just like the bottom tabs are. So first, let's just get rid of what's on top of it, and that will make a little room for us, right? So I kind of put this down so I can see what I'm doing, and I'm going to bring this and get rid of that piece, okay? And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. It's a little easier because it's right at the edge. All right, so there's that. Now I want to angle these tabs. So I'm going to cut straight down, and then I'm going to angle just like I did at the bottom. So you're going to cut straight down and cut this away. And then do the same thing on the other side. And I will show you what it looks like after I corner round the edges of this box. I love the look of corner rounding. So give me a second to throw away these pieces of cardstock that I cut away and grab my corner rounder. I used the detailed trio punch that retired quite a long time ago. If you need a quarter rounder, I would be happy to suggest one to you. They are in the video's description. So the two pieces at the top are what we want to corner round. So we will put those in. So there's that one. See how that's corner rounded? Now we're going to corner round this one. And I like to just push these out of the way. It just makes it a lot easier to slip it in, hold it, and press, and then do the same on the other side. All right, we'll get rid of these guys, and I will let you get a screenshot of what the box looks like when you're done cutting, so that you can pause the video and make sure that yours looks like mine before you proceed. All right. So there is our piece. We have two corner rounded pieces. We have two tabs at the top, the skinny piece which attacheth, and then our bottom. All right, that's it. So this is going to be the front of our box. And so we're going to go ahead and attach all of our designer series paper because it's much easier when it is flat. So we're going to attach a piece right here, a piece on the top, which is why I said don't worry, it's going to be covered by DSP. And then two pieces on the sides. So 4 pieces. The two side pieces that you need 2 of are 3/4 of an inch by 2.5. The front piece is 2.5 by 2 3/4, and the one on the top is 2 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. So go ahead and get those cut. I used the Petunia Pop pattern. The back side has the scenes, all of the scenes. Let me grab my silicone mat. I'm gonna move this more to the corner. This is kind of a bigger box, and we're going to put our glue on all the pieces if I can fit them, and then we can glue them all on. Let's see if it's gonna work. And the one on the top, and I'm gonna lay it like that so that I know what is what, right? Okay, move this over. We'll start with the first one that we put glue on. And this one's gonna go right here. So cute. This purple pops so good against this black. I love it with a black background. I'm gonna add one on this side and one on the other side. So cute, and it's much easier when the box is flat, so glue yours first. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna stamp a sentiment that says "Eat sweets," because what else would a hippo tell you except to eat sweets? So that's what we're gonna do. I also have punched our little hippo out, and we're gonna go ahead and put dimensionals on the back of her. We're gonna avoid this top area because she sticks up a little bit. So we're just gonna go kind of like right there and below. The rest of her will fit, and we'll just fill in dimensionals as needed around our piece here. I'm gonna put a mini on that piece and maybe one more mini. Let's go right here. One here, and maybe one more. All right, that's it for that. We're gonna need some dimensionals, so I'll leave those out for our sentiment. We're gonna stamp, let's put her here where she's gonna live, and we're gonna stamp "Eat Sweets." We're gonna stamp that on a piece of Timid Tiger that matches our ribbon, and I'm gonna use this sentiment here. So I'm just gonna use the parts that say "Eat Sweets," so I'm gonna ink that up on the edge here of my ink pad just to make sure, and I'm going to close that, bring this down because I need to see what I'm doing, and we're going to stamp "Eat Sweets," and then I'm going to banner the ends. So this whole sentiment says don't worry, eat sweets, but our hippo is not worried, so she's just telling you to eat sweets. It's Halloween, let's have fun. All right. I am going to banner the ends, and then we'll glue our whole box, put our hippo on it, and we'll be ready to go. So I'm just going to come in here from the side and come in from the other side. There's one, and one side, and other side, and two. All right, we're going to add our dimensionals to the back, and then everything will be ready to put together. We'll use our, oops, that one came off, but that's okay. Sometimes the backs come off. Sometimes the mini backs are either really hard to get off or really easy. It just depends. All right, so there's that. Let's just put this upside down on here. I can get the dimensionals out of the way. I'm gonna put that there and move our hippo over there with it. So we're gonna glue this together, and we're gonna put a little tab, a little glue on this tab right here. So I'm just gonna bring this across, and it's gonna lay right there. This is a really fun box. And we're gonna close this to it. Make sure that it's nice and straight. I like to also slide it the other direction and make sure that it is covered and right on that edge. That side is good, this one is not. I have to mess with it, there we go. All right, now we're glued. Nice and straight. And now we're gonna do the bottom. So we're gonna put these tabs in, and we're gonna do the front last. So we're gonna add a little glue here and a little glue here. Bring our piece in and just try and keep it straight as best we can, okay? And then I'm gonna add onto this piece here. And we're gonna bring that over and in, and that will keep it nice and straight. Hold the edges, open your box completely good, and use your bone folder. And you're gonna press and press. And that way you have a nice straight box. Okay, so these pieces are gonna go in, this is gonna come up, and these are gonna be punched. So in order to punch this piece, it's very hard to punch through two thicknesses. I'm using a very, very, very old punch. It is this one right here, and you're gonna weave your ribbon through. So, first thing I'm gonna do is line it up here with the front, and I'm gonna punch. Okay, and those two little pieces come off. Then all I'm gonna do is line it up with its friend here, and I'm gonna grab a pencil. Okay, whoops. I have to kind of hold it up. And we're going to use the pencil, just make sure it's up enough where you can mark those little holes. And it's going to be on the inside, so you can erase, no one will see them, but see them right there? I'm going to line that up through the holes of this punch. And once I have them lined up, I'm going to press again, and that will give me those. And now they will line up and your ribbon will fit through. You can do with any punch, 2 circles. Just make sure that you use your pencil. It's definitely a good guide. And you could use the trio punch that's new and do the 1/8 inch circle. This is called the hole punch assortment. Let me put that away, we don't need it. We're gonna add our ribbon next, which I have not cut. I don't know why I didn't cut it. 12 inches or so of Timid Tiger. Did I put it away without cutting me a piece? I think I did. I'm usually so good about that. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, to about 12 inches. So let me grab my ribbon here and cut. Okay, it is quite a pretty ribbon, and like I showed you, it makes really, really pretty, really pretty bows. So if you don't want to use this one, you don't have to. Like I said, you could use the iridescent ribbon that came with the suite. It's your choice, your project. So I'm gonna put the ribbon in from the back first. So we're gonna go through this hole with this side and with the other side through the other hole. And then I'm gonna pull them even, or try to. So I'm gonna attach both of them to each other and pull. and get them even, okay? Now we're gonna tie a little knot and just make it loose. It does not have to be tight. Just so that it has a little body right back here. Okay, it doesn't have to be like super tight, just so it has some kind of form. And then you're gonna tie your ribbon into a bow. And it always takes a minute to zhuzh it up and make it pretty, so grant me that. I like to pull it real tight, and then I like to hold the knot and pull our ribbon through. And then when I'm very pleased, I will pull it nice and taut, and then I fluff it up by putting my fingers in there. And then we're gonna trim these ends on an angle. And this is a really fun ribbon. I like getting new ribbons and having them, trying them out. So I did buy this, and this ribbon is available on the 15% off sale that's happening this month. So if you like it, get you some. All right, let's add our hippopotamus. So we will pull off the backs. All right, that one didn't want to come off, so we'll do it by itself. There we go. I think all the other ones did. So we're gonna add our little hippo on the front here, holding her little candy. So see, I mean, not more appropriate could you get with the sentiment that says eat sweets, because she is certainly eating sweets, and she is gripping that candy bag like, you're not getting mine. Look how cute she is. Let's finish up with some embellishments. We're going to do white. I'm going to put 3 stars on our box. They come in 3 sizes, small, medium, and large, and I'm using one of each. All right. You can put whatever candy you want in here. It is a fun little box. And I'm sure whoever you decide to give it to is going to absolutely adore it. If you missed yesterday's live premiere video, it is available on my channel. I will link it here in case you missed that. All of them are on my channel. Check it out, and I hope to see you soon. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!